All right, guys. Hey, Project 52ers. This is Eric Mutertees, and I thought I'd give you a quick tour of the studio for a couple reasons. One, yes, we have a nice studio. Are there nicer studios? Yes. Are there smaller studios? Yes, there are. My point is to just show you what we did with our space and why. And I'll take you on a tour here. It's 1,000 square feet. When you enter in here, we have basically, this is kind of our client area. We usually have a couple tables set up, comfortable chairs, they've got Wi-Fi, they've got power. They've got a refrigerator with drinks in it and a microwave and coffee. This front end of the studio is just for them to come in, spread their stuff out, and we're ready to roll. Now you can see our backdrops way in the back at the top. We have white, gray, and black. I'd never do black again, it's worthless. I've used it maybe 2 times. But most of the time we're set up here. We can roll those backdrops down, and they're 12 foot wide. We can do that and shoot from all the way back here, which is about 35 feet. But most of the time we're set up here with a glass table, camera stand, and we're right next to the monitors. The client can sit here. The client's sitting down at the table. They can look right over at the monitors. They can see what's coming across, make comments. It's just all centrally located. When we're shooting, we don't want to walk very far, so we're pretty much right here. Now, if you can afford a camera stand and you're going to shoot product, or let's put it the other way, if you're going to shoot product, this should be your #1 tool. It locks things in place. It's easy to get angles reset. You can see I have a little magnetic angle gauge, so I don't use the magnet part, but I use it to check the angle that the camera is at and measure the distance to the table, and I can reproduce that angle. Also, you can see I've got a level sitting here on the table. Indispensable. Make sure your table's level, camera's level, and then your photos are going to be closer to straight. Now, maybe not perfect, but closer. This table is just very simply a baby pin bolted to a piece of aluminum with some gray tape on it, a little knuckle, and that works great to support this 1/8" glass. Why to use glass, Eric? Because I can light from underneath. I can put a fill card from underneath. I can lay something flat on it that I want it to be represented as an angle and get light on it from almost any direction. So that's why I do it. I have bigger stands that I took a construction roller stand and I converted it with a little piece of metal strut and some wood and some gray tape. That works great for a 4-foot piece of glass that I use sometimes. If you got something really heavy, you can put a support in the middle. These are adjustable, so you can set them different heights. I actually have some sleeves that go over the collar so that it couldn't slip if it wanted to. This is another very inexpensive bar. It's a 1.5" electrometallic tubing, which is called EMT. It costs like $10 for a 10-foot piece, and it's super strong. So that's almost my weight on it right there. It's very strong for, putting backdrops and stuff like that. And for in the studio, it's great because you don't have to put it together. The other thing is storing your equipment. Unless you're going to haul everything home every day, a construction job box, a few $100, you can probably get one used and paint it white like I did. Excellent for, you can bolt it to the floor, bolt it to the wall. someone's going to need a torch to get in it. So as good as a safe and not quite as obvious. Believe it or not, all this equipment, I can put everything, tables, everything out of the way and fit everything behind this curtain back here, including the big hazy, which is that monster light that's on a big boom. So all that fits back here. Backdrops are stood up, which might be a problem if you don't have 10-foot ceilings where you're at, but you can figure something out. And then another thing is I recommend when you buy soft boxes, buy 2 of each. So I have 2 of this size. I've got 2 of this size. I've got 2 of this size, 2 of that size. So if I want to light a product from both sides, I can evenly light both sides without having to really mess around with it. And then the workstation, I know, you're probably on a budget, but 30-inch monitors are a minimum for me. I have a client that is sitting right here and they want to be able to just work on their laptops, doing their office work, and just look over and see what's going on. So I can, grab something and zoom in. Typically I have a tethering program on one side, so this monitor will be like focus for the Hasselblad or Capture One for the other, and then I've got Lightroom on the newer model, and I do all my retouching on the newest monitor. So that's pretty much it. The other thing is we use, we keep our glass out of the way, and there's also a mirror because we can put a mirror under here at 45 degrees and light from directly underneath by shooting a softbox from behind onto the mirror and up from the bottom of the glass. So lots of things you can do with that. And hopefully that's of some help if you're trying to design a studio. The other thing was, I've had a lot of compliments about how organized it looks with this toolbox. And I got it used. I paid about $600 for it. But all of our stuff is in there that we normally use. So we've got our drawer of tools, we've got rulers, color correction cards, angle gauges, different lenses that we don't use all the time, and our focus stacking stuff and stuff like that. Wires, supports. This drawer gets used all the time. It has wires, supports, magnets on sticks, all kinds of things like that. So that's what doing product is all about, is being organized and being ready for anything the client throws at you. So hopefully that's some help. We'll see you guys later.